It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And you take a look back at the Spurs, not just last season, but what they've been able to do for decades now. Shaq, are we witnessing one of the best stretches of any sports franchise?
Yes, I've been beaten by this team. I've beat this team. To have sustained success like the Spurs, it's rare, Ernie. I don't care what sport you're talking about. It started with one of my favorite players, the Admiral, and the young Tim Duncan, but now they're set up for the future. Sugar K. Leonard is the man in San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll look back in 20 years if we're still alive at that time and just shake our heads wondering, how did they do it so long? I mean, this Spurs team is a franchise to model your franchise, not just in basketball. If you're a business, go to the Spurs seminar and you'll learn how to have a great business.
Well said. That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against the Wizards in Washington. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was amazed at their execution. No matter how loud the arena got, they remained calm and in control.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Arrgh and Modi Yunus are your small and power forwards. Then there's Gordon. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Prigioni in at the point guard position. Oh, trying for it, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Chris, it is a long season, no doubt, but if you stumble out of the gate, how big of an issue is it to not start the season well?
A little bit, but you also have to remember that these games count just as much as the ones down the stretch. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're saying, what if, in April?
Here's Prigioni. Modi Yunus dishes to Gordon. Back to Modi Yunus. It's good. Modi Yunus has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Rockets.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect.
Gasol setting the pick for Parker. He dishes it to Simmons. Aldridge, no one around him. Doesn't go for him. So Houston will take it the other way. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Gordon, the pass to Capella. Gasol with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And the stick-with-it attitude of Gasol, just overwhelming the defense with his length.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Greg Popovich.
Well, Kevin, he didn't outright say he was satisfied with his defense, but he did say that offense was important tonight. He told me numbers 1, 2, and 3 on our list are getting good movement, good looks, and making some shots. That's our focus. We'll see if they can make that happen tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for filling us in there, David. Getting their offense sorted out is the priority here, guys.
And that's what typically drives them. So no big surprise there. They'll be expending most of their energy at the offensive end.
True, and it'll be interesting to see which sets they run. I mean, over the course of the game, because they have the talent and versatility to go in a number of ways.
And here's Arrgh after Eric Gordon hit the 3. Here's Capella. Some solid defense from Gasol.
The defense wasn't giving up any room, and he tried to beat them with better offense. Didn't work out there.
And Simmons kicks to Aldridge. And it goes down 2 points. Aldridge has got his first basket of the night.
Nice feed and close, right to where his teammate needed it.
It's Arrgh on the wing. Pass to Capella. Back to Arrgh. Yunus dishes to Arrgh. Shoots the 3. And another 3 for Houston.
And the three-point shooting skills of Arrgh are just lethal. A volume shooter from there to flat out light it up.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Outside Leonard. Aldridge with a screen on Arrgh. And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, not a perfectly set screen there, but got in just enough room to get that shot off.
And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Prigioni. Gordon's got 5.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
I mean, we know that this is a game of heart. He knew his man was bigger than him. No big story. He just calmly rose up, altered his body so that he could get the contact and put that shot up over.
Here's Gasol after Eric Gordon's bucket.
The defense is well aware of how good he is from there and did a great job of forcing that miss.
Kicks it to Capella. And some nice passing there by Houston. They get it back. Yunus. Arrgh passes to Capella. Gasol with the steal. Leonard kicks to Parker. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. In the third spot, the Spurs.
And seeing those numbers, the assist totals from last season, what an advantage to have guys who were willing to work together and share the rock.
To the middle, Parker with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Parker's running. That one goes in.
And what strength there by Parker. Be able to take the hit and still drain the shot in the process. He is just a remarkable athlete with tremendous finishing ability. And after battling a hamstring injury a couple seasons ago, Tony Parker is stepping up his physical maintenance and preparation regimen. More stretching and warming up before games, more recovery work afterwards. He's doing what it takes to stay healthy.
Now here's Arrgh. 11 points for him in that last game against the Wizards in Washington. Just 5 on the clock. Yunus, no luck.
Really surprised he clanked out. He makes those on the regular.
To the inside, here's Leonard, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night. And Greg, talking about Tony Parker, the current deal has him signed through 2018. Once one of the fastest players in the league. Do you think he's lost a step?
He may have, but so much experience and veteran savvy. And he knows how to keep defenders off balance, which is key. I think he's taken a page from Jason Kidd as well, working on his three-pointer to try to age more gracefully on the offensive end.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. From beyond the arc, and that one's good. Parker's got 6 points.
Well, Parker does not take many threes. When he does, you just have a feeling it's going in.
Gordon kicks to Arrgh. To the middle, here's Capella, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And the free throw, no good. And the Spurs organization, really the gold standard in the NBA. Greg, they just keep winning.
You have to be impressed with how they've acquired young star talent to kind of carry on that tradition. Usually when teams have their stars retire, they go through that rebuild phase. The Spurs only revamp and reload.
Now here's Parker. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Outside Gasol. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Another miss by Leonard.
Jeez. Maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Yeah, didn't it seem like it? Just a pretty thoughtless play on his part. All style, no substance.
Count it. Capella's got his second bucket.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
Well, because you can do a bunch of things well, but if you're incapable of scoring, none of the rest of that stuff really matters.
A different look now for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Simmons, and it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Beasley comes in for Monty Eunice. Decker's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Brewer in for Eric Gordon. Now here's Mills. And there's the foul. It's on Sam Decker. That is his first foul of the game. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Ginobili. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. Pass to Leonard. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Well, we know about a quarter of the league's players come from all over the map, all over the world. Who are some of the best foreign players in the NBA?
Well, you know, come on. For a long time, it's been Ginobili, Dirk Nowitzki, the Saul brothers. But now, you know, there's some other ones. You look at Al Horford, Steven Adams, and, of course, a young Kristaps Porzingis.
Yes.
These guys have something to show.
Absolutely. Fires from 14. They shoot again. Aldridge kicks to Mills. And the 3 off target. Houston in the lead. Prigioni dishes to Brewer. There's the feed to Beasley. Passes it to Prigioni. Decker kicks to Nene. Just 4 to shoot. Some solid defense from Aldridge. San Antonio's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. He'll think better of it next time around.
Houston moving it around. Ginobili with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Shoots. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Here's Brewer, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Now, when Corey Brewer first came into the league, he was known as a guy that could play great defense and score in transition. Now, he still does both of those things well, but he has done a good job to round out his game. No longer does he rely on running the floor as his main source of points.
And he makes the first. And with Brewer getting his shot right, it was a matter of necessity. He's still known mostly for his defense, but you know, Chris, he has to be guarded at the 3-line now.
Oh, known for his defense, his toughness, his heart. But every so often, Brewer can get hot and win you a game off the bench with his scoring. He's even a member of the 50-point club in this league. It's a huge anomaly for him, but when he gets it going, he can cook a team.
Houston's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Over to the wing, and the wide-open shot from Decker. Connects from 3-point range. Decker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Mills kicks to Dedmon. Dishes it to Mills. Taken away by Nene. Here's McDaniels, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And here's a look at some stats for Manu Ginobili, how he did last season. Put up about 9 points per, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
The free throw drops from McDaniels. And McDaniels drops them both. Spurs trail by 7. And Mills kicks to Lee. And they get it. And the layup is up and in. Dedmon's got his first 2 points.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Out to the right wing. Decker passes to Nene. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for San Antonio.
And you see not a lot of corner threes. The defense doing a good job of closing out and denying those shorter distance triples. That's what the smart teams have to do.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Anderson kicks to Lee. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, nice. You have to love it. He worked very hard to get a great look at the bucket. Those are the shots you want him taking every time.
Here's Beasley. That one falls. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Lee kicks to Anderson. In the corner, it's Ginobili. And K.J. McDaniels gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for Beasley. It's Ginobili on the wing. And K.J. McDaniels gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Mills, that's a 2-pointer.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key. And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
And so it's Houston with it, following the 3-pointer by San Antonio. Decker gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Feeds to Lee. He kicks it to Ginobili. The dish now to Dedmon. It's blocked. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. Anderson can't get it to go.
Oh, Kevin, he positioned himself perfectly and had all the room to drop that one in. Just couldn't get it to go.
Another shot, and it's good on the way in.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Simple rule of team rebound. Everyone needs to box out someone when the shot goes up. A number of assignments were missed right there.
This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In second, the Rockets.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
That one is off. And he sinks the second.
And after all the dust had settled in the Houston coaching search, the Rockets turned to Mike D'Antoni to take over the reins. Mike D inherits a team that underachieved and is in a bit of a transition phase.
Now here's Lee. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Chalk up 2 there. Houston leading by 3. Here's McDaniels. Over in the corner, Decker to the paint. Here's Anderson. He can't hit that time. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And for the Rockets hiring Mike D'Antoni, they wanted to add even more fuel to their explosive offense, it seems.
Well, usually you hire a coach that can shore up weakness in the roster. That's not the case for the Rockets and D'Antoni by any means. They felt going all in on offense was the right move.
And so it's Houston with it after the basket by San Antonio. The 3. They get it back. Nene kicks to Anderson. And there's the pass to Brewer. He feeds it to McDaniels. Back to Brewer. And here's Anderson from the arc. Trains it from beyond the arc. Anderson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Rockets lead by 4. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And the San Antonio Spurs have really popularized that unselfish offensive style of play. Manu Ginobili talked about their Spurs approach.
Attack and find the open teammate.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu and Tony there as the foundation, and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that have come through this Spurs organization.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
I'll tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Yeah, and at some point, you'd think the defense would extend out and try to run these guys off their spots, or at least make them shoot a little earlier than they like.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for San Antonio, Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the point.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Gasol. He's coming off an excellent season. 5th in blocks, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
The Rockets have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. First free throw is good. And with more and more big men looking to shoot from outside, Chris, a lot of pick and rolls are turning into pick and pops. In your experience, which was harder to defend?
It depends on the player. If a guy can pick and pop but he can't dribble, it's easy to stop him because you run him off his spot. If a guy likes to drive, it's easy because, hey, you let him have that jump shot. But if a guy can pass and dribble, then you're in a tough position because, one, he can catch quick and shoot and knock it down, and secondly, I used to like catching it, pump faking, and attacking the basket right away. And third, after I dunk on your head, I'm going to attack, pump fake, and drive and kick it out because help has to come over to help you because the pick and pop has put you in a terrible position. So
yes.
I love the pick and pop, but it all depends on the offensive player's skill set to determine how you play each certain individual.
Great way to put it. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, after suffering a hip injury at Texas, LaMarcus Aldridge spent 2 months shooting from a chair, and his form improved dramatically. Now his go-to move is his fadeaway high-release jumper. It's an unstoppable shot, and Aldridge is so confident in it, he says, once the shot's up, I'm getting back on D. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. He's got a great touch. And the shot falls short this time. Rockets have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. In the corner, it's Gordon. Shoots a 3. San Antonio with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Now here's Leonard. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Gordon dishes to Prigioni, pass to Harrell. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Now here is Aldridge. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
And he also positioned himself well to protect the rim, swatting a couple of shots, making his presence felt on that end.
And this last offseason, Pau Gasol coming over to the Spurs in free agency. It seems to be the exact kind of player that the Spurs would want on their team, especially with his basketball IQ. Pau liked the fit as well, and it didn't take long for him to join San Antonio.
And the Rockets making a change here. Brewers checked in. That one drops. He ties it up. And for Gasol and the Spurs, it was actually another Gasol that was prompting Pau to join the team. His brother Mark told him, go to San Antonio.
Yeah, and what is strange is that Mark is very much on a team that rivals the Spurs. So I don't think Mark was doing it just so he could battle his older brother 4 times a year. I think he meant what he said with the Spurs. They are a great organization and would probably make the best fit for Pau at the end of his career. And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Aldridge a screen. A 3 from Leonard. San Antonio again missing. Houston's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Gordon kicks to Beasley. Back to Gordon. He dishes it to Brewer. Pass to Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harrell. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
He was a little overzealous there, trying to carve his way through the defense, and they were having none of it.
Parker left side. Fires the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Parker's got the lead up to 1 now for San Antonio.
And when Parker first came into the league, he didn't have that jumper. He's put a ton of time into making it a dangerous weapon in his offensive arsenal.
Now here's Beasley. Here's Harrell. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Harrell's got 4 points in the quarter. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Aldridge off target with the open look. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Kicks to Brewer. The feed now to Beasley. Back to Brewer. And Gasol sends it back. In transition, here come the Spurs. And that one's good. Simmons. Rockets trail. Beasley outside. Gordon kicks to Harrell. Gasol with the steal. Parker outside. The Rockets pull it in. Here's Prigioni. 11 points for him in that last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And he's really balanced, getting his own shots and making plays for others. Finding that balance, total team contribution.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, yeah, and you have to give him credit, too. Makes the right read, go straight to the rim.
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. And so it's San Antonio with it. They trail by 1. Parker kicks to Gasol. Feeds away. Rockets with the rebound. Beasley's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And some nice passing there by Houston. On the wing, Brewer. He's covered by Leonard. Baseline Jay on the way. Brewer's shot is off.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
They made that possession super uncomfortable, and as a result, they got the stop they needed.
You talked about a back and forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. Well, going into the 2011 draft, the Spurs said it was a tough decision to trade away George Hill in exchange for the pick that became Kawhi Leonard. No remorse on that one now, though. Once again, the Spurs struck gold as Kawhi has developed into a true superstar.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Anderson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And with Kawhi Leonard, who is high school Mr. California basketball, interesting to look, Greg, at all the things he's done. Looking back and realize he was only lightly recruited coming out of high school.
Yeah, and he committed early to San Diego State and stuck with them once the bigger schools came calling. The ankles were an issue. I think that might have caused his draft stock to fall a bit in 2011. Only ended up going 15th in that draft, but in hindsight, probably the best player from that class.
Here's McDaniels. Lee with the steal. Fast break, here we go. Now here's Mills. Defense right on him. Passes to Simmons. Dishes it to Anderson. Mills, that's a two-pointer. But they'll get another chance. Simmons passes to Mills. From outside, off the mark.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's McDaniels. And he uses the glass on the layup. McDaniels got 6.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Confidence is contagious, and when you see a guy like that finishing over a bigger man, it's got to motivate his teammate.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Chris, you're part of perhaps one of the most exclusive clubs in NBA history, as you were selected first overall in your draft class. What was that like? What an experience that must have been.
Oh, man, Kevin, it was a wonderful moment. I mean, you know, I worked so hard to get there. I come off of disappointment in college, and so working hard and being able to kind of put that behind you and get right to the next level and be the #1 pick, you know, I was just honored. I was thankful. I was humbled. It was just a blessing, you know, and the craziest part about it is that it happened in Detroit at the Palace, where I won 2 state championships there. I won 3 state championships in Michigan and 2 specifically in the Palace and at Auburn Hills. And so that place is always going to be special to me. And just growing up and being the #1 pick, you know, it was just an honor.
Now here's Ginobili. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Lee.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Capella, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
I mean, he's just been huge today for his team. Without his hot shooting, there's no way they'd have the lead.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game. That's good from Capella.
Wow, and the big man Capella has proven to be a reliable role player, a strong physical presence who takes smart shots and contributes well on D.
Now here's Anderson. Dedmon kicks to Mills. Anderson the screen. Ginobili up top. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J. Houston leading by 4. Feeds it to Brewer. In the corner, it's Gordon. Back to Brewer. He kicks it to McDaniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Capella. Rebound, San Antonio.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
That is phenomenal work down there in the thick of it. This is the kind of D you want to see from him every time down the court.
Drills the 3-pointer. And it's 7 points for Ginobili.
He's getting better looks at the basket in the second quarter after failing to get it going in the first.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, trying to find their rhythm. It's a chess match, a constant back and forth of in-game adjustments.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Anderson comes in for Michael Beasley. And Decker subbed in for Gordon. Now Nene. After Sam Decker's three-pointer that didn't go, a nice shot by Anderson.
And they have been really active on the boards this quarter. Those second chance points are keeping them in the game.
Count that one. 6 points for David Lee.
Now look, that's pushing the action, carving out space for himself indeed.
McDaniels kicks to Brewer. Mills with the steal. And rejection by McDaniels. Brewer pushes to Nene. Here's Decker. And it's off from three-point range. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Anderson. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
That's the kind of shot you want him to take every time. He just happened to miss that time.
McDaniels passes to Decker. Now the dish to McDaniels. And some nice passing there by Houston. Nene down low. Clock is at 3. Brewer. Another miss by Houston.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
There's the pick. Dedmon kicks to Ginobili. The pass to Lee. Tries from 10. Doesn't go that time. And Houston the other way now. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Anderson dishes to McDaniels. From downtown. Brewer's shot is off.
Everything he is throwing up has been off. He needs to find his groove, and soon.
Mills can't hit. Houston in the lead. Decker with it. He's got 5. Here's McDaniels. And Brewer kicks to McDaniels. To the paint. Mills with the steal. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Rockets ahead, up 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that about wraps it up as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. And San Antonio shooting around 41% on the night. Taking a look at the Rockets. Modiunas is down low with Capella. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Gordon, and it's Prigioni in at the point. Rockets shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Pass to Gordon. Ariza, right side. Aldridge against Modiunas. Prigioni, the pass to Modiunas. Shot clock at 3. Takes a 3. Can't hit that one. Aldridge with some nice D. Parker dishes to Simmons. Outside Gasol. He feeds it to Parker. Pass to Aldridge. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Aldridge has gone 1 of 4 from the field. And Simmons kicks to Gasol for the lead, and it's good on the way out. Gasol's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Spurs.
Well, after failing to hit on their first 3 attempts of the half, they finally got one to go there.
Kicks it to Moniunas. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
The Rockets have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. The free throw drops for Moniunas. Now, here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Inside, knocked away. And here we go. Leonard attacking, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
The Spurs shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Rockets trail. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, we know Greg Popovich uses a lot of different tools to motivate his players. Sometimes it's the things he doesn't say that works best. Popovich said, sometimes in timeouts, I'll say, I've got nothing for you. We just turned it over 6 times. Everybody's holding the ball. What do you want me to do? Figure it out. I'll get up and walk away. Because it's true. It's on them. Kevin?
Thanks, T.A. That accountability goes a long way. Count that one. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Prigioni in the corner. It's Gordon down low. Kicks it out to Arrgh. On the wing, Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Prigioni for 3. San Antonio with the rebound.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Leonard with a screen on Moniunas. And Simmons kicks to Gasol. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And I really like to see Gasol go up with the shot immediately after getting the pass. Shows how much confidence he has in himself.
Here's Prigioni. He dishes it to Moniunas. Leonard with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Parker leading the charge. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on Moniunas.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The Spurs shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Rockets. Nene comes in for Moniunas. And the second free throw, good. And you know, it's interesting, the classy LaMarcus Aldridge, first drafted by Chicago, then the rights traded to the Portland Trail Blazers. You know, Greg, he was seen as a complimentary piece initially to their stars, but by the time he left, many wondered also, he's now a superstar, but could he embrace a smaller role, especially a smaller scoring role with the San Antonio Spurs?
And it shows how far he came during his time in Portland. Last season, some of the lowest minutes and points per game of his career, but he was efficient, rebounded and blocked shots at a higher clip, and he wanted a chance to compete at the highest level.
Rockets trail by 6. Leonard with the steal. The feed to Gasol. Got a piece of it. Dishes it to Nene. Here's Arrgh. Tries to snap the cold streak, and he sinks the layup.
The passion, the skill, taking full advantage on the offensive boards.
Parker outside. Here's Gasol. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Tries a 3. Kept alive by Houston. Harrell the pass to Arrgh. Nene kicks to Arrgh. Harrell with it. He's up against Gasol. Nene dishes to Harrell. Houston moving the ball around. Prigioni can't hit. Here's San Antonio now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And a wide open look for Simmons. Off target from outside. Rockets trail by 6. Gordon with it. Outguarded by Simmons. Nene kicks to Gordon. Launches a 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Leonard missing.
If he can find himself out there, his team will be in fantastic shape to get this win.
Prigioni, the pass to Arrgh. Prigioni kicks to Gordon. To the right side. Harrell dishes to Nene. Pocket 6. And off the glass. That one's good. Nene's got 4 points this quarter.
That shot was highly contested. Good D, better O. I love that he goes with the fadeaway there.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Leonard's got 14 points.
I mean, look, he's just an instinctive guy. Helping his teammates generate some offense comes naturally to him.
Arrgh kicks to Gordon. To the left wing. Harrell with it. Picked up by Aldridge. It's tipped.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
Well, that's just a stupendous effort by him right there. He stopped him dead in his tracks.
Now, here's Arrgh. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Nene, the pass to Arrgh. Prigioni dishes to Harrell. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Lee's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Jonathan Simmons. And it's Mills in for Parker. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for the Rockets. Now here's Mills. Lee kicks to Ginobili. Plays it up and banks it in. 9 points in the game so far.
Man, fantastic chemistry on that play. You have to admire the unselfishness.
Outside Gordon. It's Arrgh on the wing. To the middle. Here's Harrell. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. One on Ginobili. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Here's Mills. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Mills has got the lead up to 6 now for the Spurs. The Rockets shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Anderson dishes to Prigioni. Outside Gordon. It's Arrgh on the wing. 5 on the clock.
Oh, you love how physical Arrgh is, just attacking the D and earning the call in the process.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw, no good.
Out of sync at the line. It's really been a consistent problem for this team.
Good on the second free throw. San Antonio leading by 5. And Mills kicks to Lee. Passes it to Mills. They set the pick. Back to Lee. From about 16. Good on the jump shot. Lee's got 8 points.
Unselfish feed. The bounce pass being used to perfection.
Arrgh outside. Feeds it to Prigioni. Right side, Gordon. Stolen by Ginobili. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For San Antonio, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line, and that one misses. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Rockets trail by 7. Arrgh kicks to Anderson. The shot's good. 7 points in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Back to Lee. And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That's his first foul. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Dwayne Dedman. And then for Houston, Montejunas comes in for Anderson. And it's KJ McDaniels in for Eric Gordon. Shots good by Mills.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
The dish to Montejunas. There's the triple. No good on the shot. And the Spurs going the other way now.
He just looks off in this one. Can't seem to throw it in the ocean.
Lee outside. The 3 from Mills. Offensive rebound. Leonard missed inside.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's just picture-perfect defense there. Really stifled this man and gave him no chance at a clean look.
Spurs leading by 7. Now Mills. 7 points in the game. Lets it go from deep.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
Prigioni kicks to Montejunas. A minute 50 left here in the third quarter. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here. Montejunas drops both of them. We've got 1:48 left in the third. Ginobili outside. From the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And here's Arrgh. He's got 7. Ginobili with the steal. Mills passes to Lee. And that one, good. Lee's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Talk about leading your target perfectly. Nice assist.
Rockets trail by 7. Here's McDaniels. Ginobili with the steal. They get a hand on it. Leonard against Montejunas. He kicks to Harrell. Lets it go from deep. That shot off the mark. 80 that time from Leonard. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. The second effort. Lee gets the bucket. Lee's got 12 in the game.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Arrgh. Here's Harrell. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He's shooting free throws, number 4 and 5 here.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And the Spurs making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Spurs leading by 8. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And Leonard gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Prigioni dishes to McDaniels. Harrell kicks to McDaniels. Prigioni, the pass to Montejunas. Another Another miss by Houston. Mill, and some nice defense there to end the quarter. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Spurs lead by 10. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Stay aggressive. You need about 8 or 9 of those. Just let them fly.
I'm feeling maybe some of his guys are being too careful on shot selection, I think, guys. How do you interpret Greg Popovich maybe trying to loosen them up just a bit?
I mean, you know, the intelligence and experience he brings to the game, he sees things just so clearly. Sometimes it's really just a simple adjustment.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play should begin momentarily. Leonard and Aldridge, the 2 stars at the 3 and the 4. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. That's the San Antonio 5. Here is Parker, following the 3 by Houston that went in. Ginobili outside. And Gasol now top of the key. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Almost got to that shot in time. Just a split second late there. Caught it just barely on its way down.
Spurs leading by 5. Ginobili with the ball. The pass to Leonard. So he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And Brewer kicks to McDaniel. Aldridge against Anderson. Pass to Brewer. Out to the wing. Leonard with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Another miss by Leonard. Rockets trail by 7. Brewer is just a Capella and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
It appears as if he just spaced out temporarily there. Really an unfortunate turnover.
Spurs shooting the ball at 42%. Parker outside. Gasol kicks to Leonard. Kicks it out to Ginobili. And the 3 off target. Rockets shooting about 42% so far. Here's Capella. Tries again. And the rejection by Leonard. They recover it. Anderson can't get it to go. Spurs leading by 7. Leonard the pass to Parker. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there.
Shooting for San Antonio LaMarcus Aldridge.
And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. Rockets trail by 9. Pass to Decker. Here's Onuaku. He's covered by Leonard. Now here's Brewer. Buries it from 3-point range. Brewer's got 5 points in the quarter.
You have to at least get a hand up, right? In Brewer's face from outside, he has such a quick pull-up on that perimeter, Jimmy.
Parker dishes to Ginobili. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Houston's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Anderson kicks to Capella. Back to Anderson from 6 feet. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Leonard the pass to Parker. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one. Gasol with the steal. And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack. And there it is for him.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Terrific work in transition there. Nice finish to cap off that play.
Now, here's Capella. Kicks to Decker. Over to the wing. Onuaku the pass to Capella. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Gasol. Nobody near Parker. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. And now it's an 11-point Spurs lead. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Oh, well, they have to become more physical defensively and really commit to protecting that painted area.
Simmons checked in for San Antonio. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Thank you, David. Nene, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. Outside for Gasol. Simmons dishes to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Count that one. Leonard's got 11 in the second half.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
I mean, it's just been one of those days for them. It seems like all their shots are dropping for them.
Now, here's Decker. Another miss by Houston. San Antonio with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Inside, here's Leonard. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Monty Eunice is checked in for Houston.
One shot.
Here's Brewer. Here's Decker. Here's the 3. Hands it from downtown.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Parker kicks to Simmons. Spurs passing it around. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And Parker just so skilled at marching his way to the stripe. He just has an endless amount of cunning moves that consistently frustrate the opposition.
Good on the second free throw. So it's the Rockets now. Nene, the pass to Beasley. He feeds it to Monty Eunice. Gasol with the steal. Now Simmons. Parker outside. From 12 feet out. And he knocks down the jumper. And the Spurs lead by 16.
And when Parker gets his legs under him from that mid-range area, he is incredibly accurate.
To the left wing, Nene dishes to Monty Eunice. The feed to Brewer. Out left to the wing. Gasol with the steal. 3 on 3. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. The free throw drops for Monty Eunice.
Wow, he didn't really make a concerted effort in the first to get some free throws, but now all that has changed, much more active.
Decker's checked in for the Rockets. Well, the salary cap's skyrocketing this season and next season as well with all the new TV money. Chris, it's sure a good time to be a free agent, isn't it?
Oh, man, I tell you what. I mean, it seems like every decade, the next decade, the players say, man, I wish I was born in that one. But I tell you what, the business of basketball is doing well thanks to the fans and thanks to the hard play and work of these players.
Well said.
Okay, he's definitely trying to take it to the D in the second half, trying to get to that line.
Houston making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. Rockets trail by 18. It's Beasley on the wing to the inside. Here's Moniunas, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Moniunas has got 9 points here in the second half.
He's feeling it this half. Total turnaround after a rough first half.
Parker with it. He's picked up by Arrgh. Parker kicks to Gasol. A 15-footer. He's off on that one, so Houston will take it the other way. Ariza passes to Moniunas. That 3 off the mark.
I'm sure the D has no issue whatsoever with him taking those threes, but he isn't hitting anything from out there.
A nice shot by Gasol.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Man, it looks like the defense is just giving up.
Here's Moniunas after Pau Gasol's bucket. Moniunas, no luck. And here is Parker. He dishes it to Leonard. Brewer grabs the board.
They look to him to bury those kinds of shots, even with the D all over him.
Pass to Beasley. And stolen by Simmons. And a fast break now for the Spurs.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Shooting for San Antonio, Kawhi Leonard. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Houston making some changes. Gordon comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Corey Brewer. Rockets trailed by 19. Gordon kicks to Ariza. Dishes to Nene. Here's Moniunas. Right through the D for the layup.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Parker dishes to Leonard. Parker outside. Aldridge a screen. Parker passes to Gasol. San Antonio again missing. Prigioni kicks to Gordon. Feeds it to Nene. Down low. Parker with the steal. And they're running. And here we go. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And it's the Rockets with the ball, following the three-point attempt by Tony Parker. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. San Antonio leading by 18. Gasol setting the pick for Parker. There's the dish to Gasol. And Eric Gordon pulls it down. Gordon's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
Parker with it. Outside Leonard. Ball's knocked loose. Taken away by Nene. Gordon kicks to Nene. The pass to Ariza. And stolen by Aldridge. Pass to Gasol. Lets it go from 11. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
And Gasol excels from that mid-range area. If you leave him open from there, you're going to pay the price.
Gordon dishes to Moniunas. And stolen by Simmons. He kicks it to Parker. And player rest has become a hot-button issue. It's commonplace, as you know, Chris, for playoff teams to rest their players down the stretch of a regular season. But last season, we saw lottery teams doing the same things. What's your thought on that?
My opinion is that if you're a lottery team and you aren't playing your players, and I think the fans should be upset with you. I think the coach should have to answer, the GM should have to answer, the president should have to answer. I mean, the reason why you should continue playing is to get better. There's no need for rest. That's what the off-season's for. The off-seasons are for the really bad teams that don't make the playoffs. They get a couple of extra months to rest and hopefully to work on their game so they can come back better players on a better team.
Great perspective. And the Spurs with some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And a switch here also for Houston. Decker's checked in for Nene. And here are the Spurs. They're on an 18-7 run.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge. And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Kawhi Leonard. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for the Rockets, Demetrius
Modiunas drops both of them. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Now here's Mills. Defense is right there. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Pal, how did you get into this game and be so effective offensively and in rhythm?
Oh, I just got to came out really aggressive. Just trying to...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to bring Kawhi Leonard. He kicked it into high gear that final period. His tenacity and level of effort obviously key to the outcome of this game.
Well, he just couldn't be stopped out there. Easily the best player on the court tonight. It wasn't just talent, he was the aggressor.
There's a very short list of the league's best player, and Kawhi Sugar K Leonard name should be on it. Defensively, oh yeah, you heard it here first, he's the top guy. And offensively, guess what? Ding, 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 newsflash, he's right up there too. I'm really happy to see how far he's come. Love watching him dominate a game like this one. Sugar K Leonard, because his game is sweet.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everyone.